back to the QUB Esports podcast. This week we're going to be discussing Rocket League with our esteemed Rocket League player. I've been told is the best in the society, but
Oh yeah.
I may find out that's false information later. Peter, also known as SerpentSword. So Peter, say hi.
Hi,
And
I'm
my
Peter.
co-host who'll be doing most of the talking for me today because I'm not an expert on Rocket League. That I am on League, a regular League, better League. If you watched the League of Legends episode a few weeks ago. So, Peter, tell us a little bit about yourself before we begin.
So I'm Peter. I'm a second-year student at Queen's studying biochemistry. I play Rocket League mainly, and I'm terrible at shooters. Like I play Siege and CS:GO occasionally just for the fun of it, but I'm awful at them. But yeah, Rocket League's my main game.
Also, just before we carry on, I've been told by Catherine, I think, no swearing, naughty. If you
Got it.
even though apparently we all have done it in a past episode. I don't remember doing it. I
Pretty sure
tried so
Catherine
hard.
did as well.
Yeah, I think I tried so hard not to, and then when we finished recording my last one, she was like, "Yeah, you all swore." I was like, "Did I swear?" Whoops. Someone can edit that out or something. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh well, someone can sort that out. Anyway, back to you, Peter. Biochemistry, no swearing.
Got it. Yeah, biochemistry. It's pretty boring, but it's at least more interesting than. I think every other person on the esports server does some sort of computer science of some sort. I swear.
How do you music?
Fucking, yeah, I mean, fair. That's it. That's interesting as well.
It is the more tech side of music, so I will
Yeah.
do that. Ben, what do you do?
I'm placement year, computer science.
Alright, irrelevant then.
Yeah, agreed.
Carry on.
Banner, do you wanna start off?
No, I want to hear more about you, Pete.
You want to hear more about me?
Yeah, tell us about your social life, your.
It's not. There isn't one, but I play volleyball for Queens, which is kind of cool. Got matches coming up soon. The first team, the men's team, the first men's team. It isn't actually a university team.
Hold the phone. How many teams are there first?
There's two.
Been the first. Okay, well, that's all right. At least that's more than one. So.
I really shouldn't be in it. I'm just tall, so
Oh,
they just put me in so I can block.
That is. I don't play basketball because I am 5'7". Wee. And also terrible at basketball. But anyway, yeah. So that's social life done. But yeah, over to you with Rocket League stuff.
Yeah. So, first of all, the biggest thing in Rocket League recently is, of course, it going to free to play. It happened. Was it last June?
Was that recently?
Like June 2021 or 2020?
2020.
Yeah, well, it must have been 2020.
Just not last June then, is it? You
Yes.
just lie.
That's last
Yeah, anyway, yes.
I give you responsibility to be like prime host, and the first thing is like, yeah, nah, utter bollocks, mate.
Yeah, the game went free to play, which is really cool. I think overall, it's only a good thing. People can complain because obviously the people who were playing the game before it went free to play paid 15 quid for a game which they could have waited yeah, I paid for it on PlayStation Banner. It's all right.
Get on those illegal websites for like £2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a couple of downsides. Also, it being free to play means that smurfing is incredibly easy.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Like it takes about 5 minutes, maybe even less, to get a alto count.
5-minute whale.
Yeah, like I'm not a huge fan of free to play, to be honest.
Really?
Mainly because one, I've had Rocket League since it came out in 2015, and I bought it pretty much for every console I have, like Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Switch. I bought it
Oh,
for
look
all
at
of
me!
them.
I have money.
Do you even have a Switch?
I do have a Switch.
Oh, do you? Right.
I got that Switch
Didn't
Lite
know.
to play Pokemon Sword, Shield.
I only play Animal Crossing on it now.
Oh, bit of anchor.
But
You know, everyone listening knows, but we can't acknowledge it.
but
While
the whole
I understand, oh, go on.
sorry, the whole thing about free to play, just how easy it is to make a Smurf. Like, having played it for so long, I've seen a huge uptick in the amount of Smurfs and people getting boosted. To be honest, last week I got given a boosted teammate in ranked, and it was very fun. Like, he openly said to me that he was boosted. Like,
Yeah.
it's just I'm not a big fan.
There is that, and I get that, but at the same time, being able to actually play with your friends without them having to buy the game, I think has helped it actually stay relevant. You know, because other than that, there hasn't been that much stuff to keep people coming back to the game. Like when Epic took it over, there was a huge uptake in the number of players who were playing the game, which I think is just a good thing.
Yeah, it
makes it easier to get up ranked as well.
the other thing with the Epic takeover is they got rid of what was it again? Keys.
Keys and crates. I hate that.
It's now the Battle Pass challenges and blueprints, which you pretty much have to pay for to open every single time.
Yeah.
And the only way to get good loot is by spending money on the game or trading, which is probably a really
ruined.
It's a really dodgy thing in Rocket League as well.
So
it's not really free to play. It's just it's free to download, and then you've got a bunch of microtransactions.
No, it is absolutely free to play. You could be the best player in the world and be absolutely free to play. The only thing that costs money is cosmetics. It's like Fortnite. But there used to be a lot more of a community thing around trading and items in general. Because it used to be that they'd release a new crate and they'd release keys for it, and you just buy the keys and then roll for what's in the crates. And then Epic took it over, made the game free to play, and they added the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is fine, but the items, I think it is, because they add new items like that.
There's free Rocket Pass, and then there's paid Rocket Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought one sort of Battle Pass thing in my entire gaming career, which has obviously been hugely successful. I actually am Faker.
Yeah.
And we played loads of that game, and then me and my mates all bought the Battle Pass, and then we wanted to stop playing it. So I think they're a waste of time and money.
That's fair. Yeah, I get that.
One experience though, so
yeah,
I'm biased.
I don't mind the Battle Pass as much as some people, but the item shop is. I think that's terrible. I think they've ruined the entire community that's around trading because they took items that were already the community agreed on price. So something that was desirable but was of a lower rank. So a white painted car, for example, used to be 60 quid. And they took that and they put it in the item shop for extremely cheap. And they made items that were terrible, like an unpainted exotic wheel, which is just nobody really cares about it. And they made it more expensive than the painted body. And it's messed with the whole prices around everything, and it's made it's destroyed that entire sector. Before Epic, there was keys and crates, and then Epic came along and introduced blueprints, where you got the same items, and you got the same roughly drop rate, but you got them a lot more. But you couldn't do anything with them unless you paid to use them. So it's basically the same as buying it from the store, which just decreased any care that I ever had about actually putting nice items in my car. I just keep it boring now because it's stupid. Anyway,
I mean,
are you okay, Banner?
Can you buy things to make it get better?
No, absolutely not.
Can you buy better boosted things?
Arguably, no. It doesn't actually change anything about the game. There are a couple of different hitboxes.
That's what I was going to say.
So there's one body in particular.
That's unintentional design, though,
It is, but there's one body in particular called the Fennec, which is such a perfect match for its hitbox. And it is a paid car. You'd have to like either buy it or get it from luck, basically.
It's
It has an
just for-
advantage.
Yeah.
Which say?
It's import,
Yeah.
which is pretty rare to get.
I have experienced cosmetics giving you like different hitboxes, and it is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one that was paid and barely comes out is the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's mainly popular for freestylers. A couple of pros use it.
It used to be a lot more popular, like Cookser.
Yeah. But it's like a really flat, long.
It's a
hitbox.
plank.
Yeah, it's a plank. So for things like 50s, it's probably not that good for pinches. And is it good for it'll be better for dribbling, wouldn't it?
Dribbling's alright, and aerialing is alright, but 50s is the terrible bit. And also hitting the ball on the wall is a nightmare because you just drive under it.
But it is a huge advantage for a lot of things, and it barely comes out on the Atom Store. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like a promotional thing once ages ago. So now
It was I think one of the first actually promotional like crossover cars. It and the Nissan Skyline, I think, were the first like crossover cars, which was cool.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up as well was a lot of the what do you think about the promotional cars? Like you've got the F1s, you've got the Nissan Skyline, you've got the
VW Polos.
you've got the
Sadly, not yet.
You got the
Mate,
James
if-
Bond car.
If I could drive a Polo in Rocket League, I would.
They haven't added the Polo to Rocket League yet, sadly.
If I could drive my car that currently has one wing mirror and no radio because someone nicked it the other day, I would absolutely get Rocket League.
I mean, the Gizmo kind of looks like a Polo.
And then the Octane looks like a Beetle. Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's scared.
Car.
But,
I think the promotional stuff is great. Like there was the Ghostbusters thing, and they added a whole new mode for that, and another map. They did the Jurassic Park thing. They've done all the different car brands and the F1 thing. I think it's nice to have some variety, and it gives them something to constantly try and create new stuff. So, like for the Jurassic Park stuff, they had to create a new car and a new gold explosion, and it became really popular. Especially that the gold explosion is still used a lot.
Yeah.
The dinosaur that explodes out of the net. So I think it's great.
the Formula One cars, do they have their own hitbox, or do you know, are they?
Oh, I don't know. They're
don't know
probably
either.
either Dominus or Breakout.
Okay, because I couldn't remember, but the one thing I do remember is whatever the hitbox they have, they do not match it.
It's
in the
really off.
slightest.
It's really off. It's only for fun, really, that car.
Yeah, but still, teammates decide to use it.
Yeah.
Not know how to use
Of course
it.
they do. No.
Right. So next thing I want to ask you, Peter, what's your
me.
favorite extra mode?
My favorite extra mode. I was thinking about this earlier. So, snow day out of the question.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. It's not different enough. Rumble, I thought was pretty cool when they announced it, and it's still fun to like take your mind off the game for a bit and just mess around, press the left stick a couple of times, and score some stupid goals.
Is that not the whole game? Like, I didn't play it much, but I'm pretty sure that's all I ever did was tap the left stick. And
by tap the left stick, I mean press the left stick in, which activates your power-ups in Rumble.
power-ups?
Yeah, there's power-ups
It's
in
like
Rocket
Mario
League.
Kart and Rocket League.
That's
Pretty
mad.
much.
The only
Yeah.
power-up I ever had was like the
Boost.
engine.
It's right forwards. Yeah, that's Rumble has power-ups. It's pretty cool. But regardless, I think between hoops and drop shot, I think drop shot's just cooler. I think it's the most brain they've had to put into a mode in quite a while.
Yeah.
It's perfect for trying to still get the grips of the controlling your car, and it's great for aerials and stuff, while also being completely different to the normal game. So it's great for taking a mind off. So I'd say drop shot's my favorite.
See, I People I know that play Rocket League probably know me as a huge Snow Day fan, mainly because I got champ in Snow Day way before I got champ in any other game mode because nobody plays it. Um,
So Peter's answer of Sunny being the worst was the wrong answer,
That's why he said thanks.
All right.
but I'm not sure if it's my favorite. Drop shot for me is it may be my favorite, and it's mainly because like aerials are probably my best point. Like I'm pretty bad all round, but aerials are probably the main thing I have going for me. And drop shots like a good way to practice them, practice your speed. But on the other hand, solo queuing drop shot is the most painful thing.
It's awful. Yep. You have to go in with a full team or you're just regretting your decisions.
Yeah, it's nobody. When it comes to extra modes, people are either playing for fun, or
Stress relief.
Is that not the point of like rotating extra modes?
Yeah, so the whole thing they see it as a bit of fun, but
surely an extra mode is like only there for like a certain amount of time.
No, they're constantly.
There are 4 ranked extra modes that are constant, and then you have limited time extra mode.
But then surely, if they're extra modes, they're constantly there. They're not really extra mode. They're just like.
Well, they are because they're so different from the 4. Or I guess it is the 3 now main game modes, which is 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Because
it's
soccer.
It's casual 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. There's competitive 1s, 2s, and 3s, and then there's the extra modes, which is the regular game with some weird stuff applied to it.
Yeah.
There are some limited time modes, like they'll bring a Heat Seeker and like American football in every once in a while.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like American football is everyone's favorite.
Oh, for limited time game mode, Gridiron, which is the American football one, it's definitely my favorite mode.
Yeah, same.
It sounds fun.
But again, so even though you don't have a rank and it's completely casual, solo queuing Gridiron is also painful.
It is.
Because basically how it works is you touch the American football, it gets stuck onto your car. So whenever
it's like picking up the ball and just running with it.
And the annoying thing is when you're solo queuing Gridiron, your teammates will just take the ball off the top of your car and try to score themselves.
Yeah.
You can also make passes and stuff like that, but instead of passing, your teammates
they just steal it. Yeah.
So it's painful, but it's the same for drop shot and pretty much most other extra modes except for hoops. Hoops has got like a pretty serious ranked.
The hoops is competitive.
Yeah. But the rest of them, nobody really understands. You have to rotate for them. Everybody just goes for their own plays because they don't care that much. So it's kind of why you need to come up with your own team for it. To be honest, you need to go in with a party. But yeah. So earlier we talked about free to play and the fact that you thought, Peter, that it helped get Rocket League back, like it helped get players into it, make it popular again. So we've had a bunch of peaks like that. So early days, there was a discovery of like aerials, flip resets and stuff like that. Rocket League started to get popular again. Then we had free to play, got popular again. But do you think it will eventually get stale now? Like what's left for Rocket League to basically get popular over again?
I'm not sure what the next big hit will be. I think there'll be quite a big influx from the upcoming RLCS. That'll be because they'll be talking about it for a while from that. Yeah. But who knows? I mean, Epic is known for chucking absolutely random stuff into their games. So I don't know.
Yeah.
In terms of like it's still being playable for who's around, I think Rocket League's one of those games where it's so like skill based.
Mm-hmm.
There's no strategy. It's literally you have to get good at mechanics. It's a very mechanical game that it's hard for it to get stale because you're constantly improving. It's closer to an actual sport than many other esports, I'd say.
Yeah, talking about what Epic have done to try and make their games popular again. Like, do you expect 200 cars on a pitch while, I don't know, somebody has a concert in the middle.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Naruto to enter Rocket League. That's the
What-
next big thing.
What else has Epic done? Because I am currently running on 2 hours of sleep, and my mind
Well-
is just going Clash
They've held
Royale.
virtual concerts in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, they run Fortnite. I didn't know they ran Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, I did, but I've just forgotten because I'm 2 hours of sleep.
Like
Don't they own GTA now?
No, it's Rockstar still.
I thought you had to open GTA through an Epic Games launcher.
No,
I've touched GTA about twice.
I've got GTA on Steam, and whenever you open GTA on Steam, it opens Rockstar launcher.
Yeah, but they made it free for like a month, and I'm sure that was through the Epic Games launcher.
So
I don't have
Epic
it
might be selling it for Rockstar, but I'm almost certain.
Well, it's premium edition at the Epic Games Store. Publisher Rockstar Games, but I think Epic Games is promoting it basically.
Yeah.
I don't think they own it yet.
I am
Yes.
font of knowledge.
Yeah.
Font of knowledge on games I am permabanned from. GTA, CS:GO. I think that's it. But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Epic have done some mad things in Fortnite to try and keep it popular. Like there was
Constantly changing the map.
constantly changing the map with some stupid lore or story that not a single person follows.
Yes.
No, I'll have you know, the 12-year-olds.
I'm sure the 12-year-olds were very well keeping up with it, but yeah, there was the whole Tilted Towers saga and all that stuff. And I stopped caring about it a long
What
time
was it?
ago.
An asteroid hit Tilted Towers or something like that.
When you say you stopped caring a long time ago, that implies that you did care at one point. You can't deny it now. You dug your hole.
Yeah, I guess I did say
Oh my
that.
God, Moisty Myers,
oh
what's
no!
gonna happen to that?
More like I used to hear about it occasionally. Like I used to see it pop up on social media and stuff, whereas now it's completely gone. I don't see it anymore, so I don't think about it, so I don't care about it.
The only time I see it now on social media is seeing somebody's held a concert in it, or Keanu Reeves can be spotted in Fortnite, or they added Thanos mode.
You can play League of Legends characters in Fortnite now. I play League of Legends.
They've made Thanos from Fortnite a real thing in this movie. They do some mad stuff to try and keep it popular. I think Fortnite's dying.
Isn't there a Fortnite movie coming out? Or have I been looking on the wrong website?
When's the Rocket League movie? That's the real question.
Yeah, back to the topic.
Hey, that's just Cars, yeah, actually, shout. But surely a Rocket League movie is just Cars.
Cars 4.
Cars is the movie.
Cars 4, let's go play football.
Cars 4.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day that Epic are Rocket League's dying and Epic try these. In my eyes, Epic doing these things with Fortnite are actually making it worse, kinda.
Yeah, and it's just cringe.
It is. It really is. They know Fortnite's player base is mainly quite young, so they're trying to appeal to it. But to anybody that has played Fortnite that is slightly older, they just want to avoid it because it does look cringe at that point, and that's kind of what's happening. I wouldn't say it's happening at the minute with Rocket League, but you can see a lot of players are a lot younger, and I'm just worried that they're gonna start. Epic's gonna do the same thing for Rocket League, which will drive away the older players. But
haven't they started doing that? I'll have to look it up real quick. But I feel like I heard something about this in the league community.
Oh, are we?
Actually, no. I mean, I'm on an insane website of all the crossovers that Rocket League has done, and there is some mad stuff I didn't even know. X-Men, Harry Potter when it first came out, Top Gun, Reddit somehow. I'll have to look into how that happened. Back to the Future, I remember that coming out. That was out when I was still playing Rocket League. Fallout, Portal, Halo.
Back to the Future is an interesting one because
Ghost Simulator, Worms, Rick and Morty, obviously because that was huge and it's still huge. Mario was a crossover apparently. Flash,
Por-
arrow.
Did you say Portal already?
Portal, yeah, Portal. I've done Portal.
Yeah.
Well,
Of those, there's very few residuals that are still in the game. Like there's the Rick and Morty wheels, there's the Portal boost, but some of those have left absolutely like no impact. Like the Harry Potter stuff.
I can't see a huge amount. Like if I go back to Harry Potter, it doesn't say much. It just says one car in the Ghost themed team found in Rocket League season mode is named Myrtle after Moaning Myrtle. Like
Right.
Portal's even more useless. Rocket League patch 1.10 and 1.17 features a number of accessories based on the Portal series. Like it doesn't say what it is. It just says that it happens.
Yeah.
It's like the boosts and the
Back to the Future DeLorean one's actually pretty interesting because I don't know if you know this, Peter, but so when you're aerialing, your wheels will go horizontal instead of vertical. And the way the Rocket League actually, tells if you're aerial is if you've lost your flip. So it has a visual indicator.
You can tell whether you have your flip or not. That's interesting.
So is that better for you though, or is that better for your team? The enemy team knowing that you don't have a flip.
It's better.
Only you.
Only you.
You are the only person who's going to be able to see your wheels. Yeah. Well, technically they can, but they're so small.
So if you're in the air, they can see underneath the car better than you can.
They could, but
I don't think.
But by the time they would have, by the time they would have seen it, you would have already done something with your car. It would mainly only be for you. They would be caring a lot more about other stuff than about whether you have your flip or not.
But for you, it's really valuable because
maybe that's why you're not like good.
Yeah. Okay.
But
that's fair.
I've actually been lying all night. I'm actually like top 100 Rocket League players in the world.
Rocket player.
Rocket player.
I'm so tired.
But yeah, after you jump, you have 1.5 seconds to flip.
It's longer than that. Hang on.
It's at 1.5 or 2. And basically after that time, you don't have your flip anymore. But you can get...
It is about 1.5, yeah.
You can get flip resets, you can go to the ceiling, you can do all that stuff, and that'll get you another flip. But sometimes something might go wrong. Like, to get flip reset off the ball, all 4 of your wheels have to be touching the ball. So it's really iffy.
In order to get your flip back from anything, all 4 of your wheels have to touch something. That can be the ground.
Like, if I had front 2 wheels on the ball and back 2 wheels on the floor.
I don't think that's...
I think it has to be the same surface.
Yeah, same thing. But the difference is from like jumping off the ground, provided you don't jump, if you manage to get into the air without jumping, so say you land on the ceiling and just fall off, it doesn't count that as leaving the ground. So you have your flip forever. You could fly around, if you had unlimited boost, you could fly around the map forever after falling off the ceiling and still be able to flip at the end of it. There's no 1.5 second timer off that.
But because flip resets like four tires on the ball, that's really hard to do. So sometimes you may get the flip from it, sometimes you don't. So that's why the wheels of the DeLorean are so useful for you, because it will literally tell you if you got the flip off the ball, which is kind of broken, to be honest.
Still, nobody uses it anyway, though.
Yeah, nobody uses it because I'm pretty sure it has a horrible hitbox.
I think so.
But yeah, back on track.
Yes.
Peter,
hit me.
What car do you mean?
Okay, so I main the Octane, but it is not my favorite car of all time. I use it because that's pretty much what I've always used. I've always found myself coming back to it. I take a break and go Dominus or some stupid car for a bit, but I'd always come back to Octane and just feel more comfortable going for 50s and going for stuff off the wall and stuff. But my favorite car of all time in Rocket League is the Sweet Tooth, which, if you don't know what that is, it was the PS4 exclusive car that got basically removed. I don't think it's removed yet, but PC players only see it as a Merc, despite the fact that it actually has a different hitbox. I think it has a unique hitbox in that whenever you front flip, the front of your car hits off the ground, which is really stupid. But it was the perfect car, and for like messing around whenever you're getting bored with the game, you grab a couple of friends and all hop onto the Sweet Tooth and go onto casual and go for demos the entire time. So look up a picture of the Sweet Tooth and you'll understand why you go for demos.
So with that car, if you try to front flip, like, would you just bounce off the ground then, or?
Yep. It's really funny. I'm quite sad that they removed it from PC, but oh well. Yeah, it's my favorite car.
Yeah, I would have to. I don't even know what mine would be. I've kind of cursed like cars that I like. I would say when when I play like Newell or NSE, I would go with the Breakout. I like, because as I said before, like, aerials are probably the only thing that I'm good. I wouldn't even say good at, but they're better than the rest. The like Dominus and Breakout, because they're so flat and long, like a plank, makes getting the aerials a bit easier. I've like, to anybody that plays Rocket League with me, I've said once, I'll say it again. I do not like the Octane, and it's because it doesn't really match its hitbox. I would use the Fennec if I had it.
If you had one.
Yeah, if I have one.
You should get in contact with Corey for that.
Yeah.
I think it's just better one.
I have about 5 blueprints of the Fennec, but I refuse.
How many
to.
do you need?
One.
Like, you get a blueprint and you spend money.
You have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yep, I refuse. To
Yes,
get
it really is.
Like, what is the point of the blueprint? You're like, why can't you just be like, I would like this. Here's money.
I think because it's cheaper to unlock a blueprint than it is to get it from the store, and also you get it permanently rather than in rotation.
Yeah.
Regardless, I don't care. I don't want it anyway.
Yeah.
They should make it more like League, in where you can unlock stuff by just playing the game. And yes, you could spend money and get stuff faster, but you'd still be able to unlock everything if you went slowly.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it worked before Epic took over, but then.
Who owned it before Epic?
Psionics.
Yep.
Yes, I do recall that actually.
And then before Rocket League, it was Sarp.
Supersonic, acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars.
Yep, that's right.
The precursor. It was a PS3 game.
PS3 exclusive.
That's where a lot of the pros from early Rocket League just came from them having played the precursor to Rocket League before everyone else started playing.
Was it?
So, like, it came out and they were already pros.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Was it like K-Dop? Was the main one? Was it K-Dop or Kronovi?
Kronovi was a big one. He started season 1 as the Mountain.
Yeah, I think it was Kronovi, who basically he played like a ton of Sarp, and he was like one of the first ones to, like, he streamed Sarp, and he was one of the first ones to like hit aerials in Sarp, which was like pretty much unheard of. So
easy.
going into like Rocket League when it came out, he was definitely already a pro, because so many people, because like Rocket League came out and it was available to everything, he already played this on PS3, which barely anybody owned, and he already knew how to aerial, how to like rotate, like all this stuff that he already had from Sarp, and that's why like he won a couple. Did he win 1 or 2 RLCS? I can't remember.
Just the one.
Just
season 1.
It was. I
think.
I can't even remember who it was with.
Yeah, he never won one with G2. He won season 1 with ILA Power against. I think it was Flipside or something.
I think it was Flipside.
Flipside won season 2.
But they're mainly the earlier pro players. They all came from Sarp pretty much.
Yep.
Because I learned everything there. But yeah, to continue, Peter.
Yes.
What's your highest rank? You're gonna say hoops.
I'm gonna say hoops because last season, I miraculously by playing with my friend Fang, I got to champ 3.
What? Sorry.
Boosted. Ugh.
Boosted what?
No. Hold the phone. Your friend what?
Fang. His name is Fang.
Oh, Fang. Sorry, I thought it was something completely different.
No, his name's Fang.
Right. Sorry.
He's a, he's a,
I didn't hear the end there. Jesus.
oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's yeah.
Oh.
My friend Fang, who's in the first Rocket League team. We just played hoops, and I ended up somehow in Champ 3, and I'm never touching hoops again.
I mean-
so what I'm hearing is you are boosted to fuck.
Oh yeah, but only in hoops, so it doesn't matter. Whereas,
Does it count as being champ free if you're not champ free this season?
probably
No,
not.
it does
Probably
not.
not.
It does
Probably
not.
not.
It absolutely does not.
I am close to placing Champ 2 and 2s because I played with Danny.
So you're
so-
you're boosted again.
Oh yeah, but
At least you're in it.
yeah, no, I admit that. If I'm playing on my own, probably Champ 1 max. Yeah, that's
Wait,
my hashtag.
does Rocket League go like one's the worst and whatever number above is the best?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, that's stupid.
it's backwards. Yep.
Yeah, backwards. You know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
like
from
you-
Siege.
That's fine. I'm fine with Siege, but I like that you consider that backwards and not everything else backwards.
No. But yeah, Peter, what is your ones rank? I'm sure. Are you proud of your ones rank?
I'm proud of my runs rank because everyone I've talked to is about one entire rank set lower in their ones than they are in their twos and threes. And I am less than that. I am currently Diamond 2 Div 2 because I've lost a couple of games, but I'm working on it. I'm grinding ones so that I can defeat the entire esports server eventually.
Take over.
For anybody
Yeah.
that doesn't know, Peter is known as the dribble king in the Rocket League community.
Oh, is that what the bucket's for? To catch it all?
Oh well, that up there. You mean?
No,
He just sits there.
the
No, not that
bucket
one.
in your
The
phone.
one, the one your phone's in at the moment, which is why we can only see.
The red pot. Yeah, that's the
which
catch.
is
The
why
dribbles.
you're
Yeah.
probably like, which why you're like this in the camera.
Let's fix that, shall we? Oh, there's the red
Oh, and the
pot.
bucket.
But
No.
Now that I've mentioned the bucket, is anyone actually recording cameras?
I am.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God for that.
thank God. Oh, my Jesus.
Yeah, no,
I was definitely doing that again.
But
It was just the audio episode this week.
Yeah.
talking about Peter and your dribbles, you even have a mechanic named after you in the RL
Yeah,
community.
the Peter Flick,
The Peter
as
Flick.
coined by Kieran.
That's what my girlfriend calls something actually, not in Rocket League.
Right.
Can I ask you to like expound on
Can you
that?
elaborate? Yeah.
No, you cannot. I mean, Peter comes around my house when I'm at work, and I don't know what they go up to. That's a joke. That's a joke. You know, I'm not a little fucking. Yes.
So Peter, explain the Peter flick.
So yeah, the Peter Flick is well, it started off as being just the fact that every time I would go for any play, I'd catch the ball, do a dribble, and do a flick at the end. But now it's pretty much become you carry the ball, you turn in a bit, and then you double jump, and that's enough to win most 1v1 games that I'm in,
But-
even against.
Yeah, it's become such an umbrella term. It's more like I know for a fact if we're playing twos or something like that, and I go for a flick and I mess it up, you also call it a Peter flick.
Yes, yes.
A flick-
It just a flick is a Peter Flick at this point.
yeah,
So what
It's just-
what is the success rate of the Peter Flick?
100%.
I'll always go for it, so I guess it's 100%.
Because whatever happens, that's exactly what you were aiming to do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, exactly.
Peter did it. Peter flicked. You know.
I did the flick, so it's successful.
It's Peter Flick. All right, fair play, fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing, do you have a preferred mode to queue? Like obviously you're very proud of your ones rank, but do you prefer your ones ranked versus your twos or your threes?
It's got to be Q and twos with Boehner. That's got to be my favorite thing to do in Rocket League. You know.
That's got to be a lie.
Either if we're talking queuing, then yeah, that's pretty high up because we're good synergy and roughly the same rank. My favorite thing to do in Rocket League is to 1v1 Boehner, because apart from last night, which was the first time after Boehner had been playing for 3 hours and I'd just come on, I have beaten Boehner almost every single time I have 1v1'd him, including the time when he had 2 drinks and then I beat him 18-0. That was
Fuck Jesus.
he just didn't concede.
It's suddenly clocked at 18.
I wasn't there. I was drinking on that.
After 2 drinks, what are you even drinking?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Copperberg mixed fruits.
But
You're a lightweight, bro.
you're missing the point. Peter quickly glossed over it. I
Yes.
beat Peter last night.
There was a big event last
No,
night.
I was gonna mention that, but then he mentioned that he beat you 18,
So as I've
which
said,
is insane.
yeah, as I've
That's
said,
bannable, surely, even in a custom.
as I said, like repeatedly today, the only thing I have going for me is aerials. So dribbling, which is basically all that ones is based
Key
off
thing
of.
in WODS and 50s.
Yeah, 50s and dribbles. I'm horrible at dribbles because I never practice them, and horrible at 50s because I always go for flat cars, like Breakout and Dominus. So I am horrible at ones. By some miracle, I reached Diamond 2 at the end of the last season, and Psionics decided to make my Storm rank this season, like Plat 3 or Diamond 1.
Oh, they decided that, yeah.
They decided that.
Not just your MMR.
Funny, they didn't change my They didn't change my one's rank. It's funny that.
So,
That is curious.
But yes, yeah, Boehner did beat me last night. He had been playing in a competition for Rocket League that evening, and I had been out caroling, so my hands were freezing. Why money?
They get money carrying that goes straight to charity, surely. Otherwise it's just forced busking.
Our band is a registered charity.
Right.
charity.
So yeah, we're to charity. We're pretty upfront about it. We don't put shit in our bucket saying it's going to cancer research. Our buckets have the band name on them. People know what they're donating to. But yeah, we need money because we're going to the Europeans this year. We need to afford the plane tickets. But yeah, Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Go back to it.
You
went Duolingo soon.
So you prefer? So twos would be your preferred
Twos.
queue
Yeah.
then? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the same with me. Ones I don't want to touch with 10-foot pole. Threes, it's horrible if you don't have a party for it.
It's stress. Threes is stress for me because I'm used to the speed of ones and twos. So threes, where you're having to constantly move and constantly like realize that you're not going to go for a ball and just go to the back. It's just
the other problem with threes is if you play twos as much as Peter and I do, once you hop into threes after grinding twos, all the rotations just seem so chaotic to you, and it can be hard to get back into threes if you've been playing twos for a while. So I'm not a big fan of threes. I rarely play threes in ranked, just because it's not fun. But Peter, you use the controller, don't you?
I do use the controller, though I have like recently on my Smurf gone into ones and just gone with KBM to see what I can go up against maximum, and I'm around gold 3 with a KBM, which I'm kind of proud of because it's hard. But the only person I know who plays with keyboard and mouse is my big man Kieran, Magic Potato, who is a better player than. Hang on. XX phase _ magic -x _ potato XX 360.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for typing him in to try and make him a friend on games. But yeah, he's one of the few people who plays with keyboard and mouse for Rocket League.
And he's better than most of us.
He's better than both of us.
Yeah.
He had to sub for me yesterday in that same tournament, and
And I just want to let this be known, as of yet, we are still in the Newell playoffs. QUB.
we are still in.
Peter,
We're in the 7th bracket.
yeah,
let's
we're in
be
the
honest.
7th bracket. If I didn't mention it before, Peter and I have been on the same team for the past 2 seasons. Yep. So it's mainly why we play twos and all together. but
Yeah,
we are
well, it's more because we're the worst.
our team's managed to make it to the losers final of Newell
Seventh bracket.
and of
We're
second
just
bracket.
about in the top 50% of the teams in in this competition, which we're kind of proud of because we are the fourth team for Queens.
Plus, we
So
were like 95th seed for Newell, going
we made it
into
up to 60 something.
no 59th.
59th, sorry, yes.
59th. We could
Not too
be
bad. Out of how many?
Like
130.
120 something, 130
That's not
something.
too bad then. That's respectable.
Yeah, we're very happy with it.
Yeah. We
Wasn't expected.
We could win our playoffs next Friday.
Especially if I can't make it next Friday and Kieran comes in again and wipes them. Kieran's our sub. And he's super sub. Yeah.
But yeah, let's see.
A couple more.
So when did you start playing Rocket League, and how did you get into it? Did you start like just playing casually, or did you just straight up go into rank? Did you practice for a bit? Did somebody tell you to play Rocket League with them?
I started playing Rocket League because Corey was playing Rocket League. You're not going to believe this, Bainer. It was a couple of guys from Methody, including Corey, who were playing Rocket League, and I just got it for the sake of it. I actually started playing Rocket League before Fang did, which is kind of sad, given how much better he is than me. But yeah, whenever I got in, there were a couple of training packs. They hadn't added custom training packs yet, so there were only like the striker, aerial, and goalie training packs, and I barely touched them. I hated them because I was bad at them, so I didn't do them. So I pretty much went straight into competitive, and I'm one of the few people I know who have hit Bronze 1 Div 1. I hit Bronze 1 Div 1 in ones. My MMR, that's the bottom rank that you can hit, and it's hard to get there. It's hard to lose that much.
Your starting MMR is like gold 2, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. So I made my way down. But my MMR went so low that for an entire season I would start winning games and my rank wouldn't increase because I was just so low below the Div 2 threshold that I had to wait for the season reset. I was sure that the game was glitched because I couldn't see MMR on PlayStation. So all I saw was I keep winning games and nothing would happen. I had to wait for the season reset to get out of Bronze 1. And then I made it my way up to Gold. And then went from there.
The story, I kind of have a fun story for like how I got into Rocket League. I got Rocket League in 2015, pretty much when it came out. But I ended up buying it, but I had like a really bad laptop with 4 gigabytes of RAM and integrated graphics, and for some reason I thought I could run Rocket League on it. I was wrong. So I had Rocket League, couldn't play it, so I had to wait about a year, and then I got it for my Xbox. On the Xbox I played a bit, and I managed to reach like Diamond, I think, on my Xbox. And then I made the move to PC, and for some reason I struggled with PC a lot. And then I'd stopped playing it for so many years, like 2 years or something.
I took a big break as well. Yeah.
And then some guy I knew from school, I saw posted it on the Snapchat story, so I just like literally, after not even talking to this guy since I left high school, I just sent him a message saying twos ? And then literally every night we would grind it, and then I stopped playing it again because I was like gold 1 at this point on PC. And then somebody from uni in first year, this was over lockdown, asked me to play. He's got like 2,000 hours in Rocket League, but he's like plat.
That's a lot of hours.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours to be only plat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so he kind of carried me out of gold, and then by the time that I made it out of gold, I started carrying him, and he wouldn't really rank up anymore. And then I just kept going in my free time. And then as soon as lockdown started finishing, I joined esports and got really into it. I think I must have been like plat 2 when I first joined the esports.
Really?
Yeah, because I was on a team with Naman, McGibbs, and Jacob.
The famous team,
The
yes.
famous team, probably the lowest ranked team in like the history of Newell, I think it was. I was Plat 2. Naman had only been playing the game for about a week before.
Naman, what's his Discord?
I think it's just Naman.
Yeah, no, I played League with him.
He's a league player, yeah.
Yeah, I played League with him first year.
Yeah.
We had a really low ranked team in League. We had it was like 4 silvers and a gold.
Yeah.
In fact, I might have even still been technically bronze then
So
because I don't play ranked. But Jesus,
this
I love Naman.
this season like started like the Newell season had just started straight after it went free to play. So Naman had just joined from free to play, so he never played before. And I think it was a similar thing for Jacob and McGibbs. But they were about like gold 1 or something. I think Naman played keyboard mouse as well. Yeah. So we didn't do too well in Newell. But
Big step up this year.
now I have 1,500 hours in Rocket League, and I'm Champ 1, Champ 2.
Is that your most played game then?
It is by far. I remember last
Actually, we'll get
or two seasons ago in Rocket League, I had 90 hours in 2 weeks.
Jesus, that's impressive.
Like I grinded out Rocket League for a bit.
he had more games of doubles last year than like any of the top players in Rocket League Esports.
Combined,
Like,
How long is a game of Rocket League?
7 minutes on average.
7 minutes.
It's a lot of games. He had like 1,500 games last season.
No, it was 2,000 because I
Was it?
remember whoever the top team was. I think they combined their matches, and I was still...
That's right. That's like 12, 13 games a day.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just put out the
That
I wouldn't have the patience for that.
That grinding that I did is the only reason I'm like champ now. But yeah, just.
Benner, oh, go.
What were you gonna say, Peter?
You mentioned your computer with the integrated graphics.
Yeah.
That can't quite top. Yeah. So after I finished playing on PS4, I really wanted to join the esports, but I didn't have a computer. I had a MacBook Air, and I did my best to run Rocket League on it on the Windows version because it wasn't supported on Mac anymore. They removed support, so I had to get Boot Camp to run Rocket League on my MacBook, and it was atrocious. Plus I was living in Downpatrick, so I had a constant around 400 ping. Which with spikes up to 999, which was cool. So until I got a computer and I moved up to Belfast again, I was a MacBook Air, and that was awful.
Which was only
I lost
August, wasn't it? August, September. You moved to.
Yes, August, September I moved up, but I built my PC in like April, May, I think it was.
Yeah, but you still had the ping issues and still you moved
Mm-hmm.
here. Right. So just to finish off, we've got one thing that's brand new to Rocket League to talk about, and one thing that's coming up. So the brand new thing, which I'm very excited to talk about, is Rocket League Sideswipe. So,
Yep.
Is that like mobile Rocket League?
Yep, exactly.
That sounds alright. I could get into that, to be fair.
So
Yep.
I've barely played Rocket League recently, except for Newell and 1v1 Peter last night when I won.
What, did you win? You haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, I won.
I didn't know. Didn't I Brazil you like 2 days before?
Doesn't matter.
I think I did.
I still won.
Anyway.
So, Sideswipe is basically, it's like 2D Rocket League, and the net is like vertical up a wall.
So it's Pong.
It's yes.
Is it?
Yes, it's Pong. It's Pong, but instead of like the paddles, you've got cars that can go the entire way across the map, and instead of like it's just like a hole in the wall basically, stays in place.
Yeah.
But it's this like similar to Rocket League in that you can drive around, you can dribble, you can aerial, you can flip reset, same sort of stuff.
And that's the other thing. Flip
Boost as well.
flip resets are incredibly easy to do.
As you can imagine, you only have to get 2 wheels on the ball because it's too deep.
Yep.
So you just fly into it sideways, get both wheels on the ball, and you can flip reset.
Half as many wheels, twice as many flips.
Exactly. Well said.
And the other thing is boost. Boost just automatically recharges. You don't have to collect it. You gain boost whenever you're touching a surface. So, if you're aerialing and you run out of boost, like if you're air dribbling and you run out of boost, you can just get a quick flip reset, and you can either flip into the ball to finish it, or you actually get a small boost recharge as well.
Yeah.
Same thing if you go to the ceiling, your boost replenishes. So season 1
this
just came out.
Yeah, to clarify, this game has been out for I think less than a week. I've played 2 games, one of which was against Boehner, I think.
Yep. Which
Was
one?
Boehner win, or was that a different game?
Boehner demolished me because
So
how many?
twice.
It's sideswipe.
It's still Rocket League, isn't it? It's still Rocket League.
Well, yeah, okay, right, yeah, Boehner destroyed me on sideswipe. How many games have we played?
Let's get a Queen's Esports sideswipe team then.
I would love to.
Boehner would actually be in the top team for once. Actually, well, if anyone else would sort of playing for any amount of time.
So sideswipe has been out almost for a week. I have somewhere between 10 to 15 hours on it already, which is pretty bad. But
for a mobile game.
Yeah, I also am a bit of a sweat. So even though it's a mobile game and has touch controls, I use a controller with it.
It's incredibly sad. It's incredibly sad.
Do you have like a Bluetooth controller, or do you like have shit that like attaches to your phone?
I have shit that attaches to my phone.
That is incredible.
All of us condemn him for this. We were literally talking about how cringy it is for people to play Rocket League sideswipe with a controller. Then Boehner walks in and like proudly proclaims, "I figured out how to hook up my controller to Rocket League sideswipe," and we all just got so pissed.
Yeah. So the other thing about sideswipe is you start off at 0 MMR.
That makes sense.
Normal Rocket League, you start off at 600.
Right. Also fair enough.
Yeah. So it takes forever to rank up in sideswipe. Instead of the 3 like ranks that Rocket League has, so bronze 1, 2, 3, sideswipe has 5, and instead of 4 divisions, you have 3 in sideswipe. It takes a lot longer to rank up. It's usually about a win per div up. So that's like 15 wins to go from bronze to silver. It's quite a bit, but the matches are 2 minutes. So
that's not so bad then.
Shorter than Rocket League.
Yeah.
Wow, fair well.
So there's 3 game modes in sideswipe at the minute. There's 1s and 2s. Difference being it's a larger pitch.
Twice the players, twice the flips.
It's a larger pitch, and the nets are higher up for 2s. 1s is a bit smaller, and then the 3rd game mode for ranked is hoops, which is
Hoops in there?
Hoops is in there.
That's crazy.
It's actually pretty fun, but the thing is that makes hoops really difficult is like a lot of the net is accessible from like 1 jump out from the wall, or maybe not even. So it's really easy to save shots in hoops. So you either need to like win a 50 and flip into it because they're most likely defending it, or you're just gonna have to get a breakaway on everyone. It's really hard to score in hoops on sideswipe, but I've managed to get gold in all 3 game modes, which I'm pretty proud of.
Pretty good.
But that's because I'm kind of sad with a controller and everything.
It's swaying over basically.
Yeah.
It's quite depressing. You're a scum.
But the other exciting thing to do with Rocket League is the fall major of RLCS is coming up.
The return of LAN.
It is the 8th of December, which is Wednesday, is it?
My dudes.
Is that when it is?
It is
No.
Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I must be honest, I've been barely keeping up, but I've heard there's a couple of interesting contenders this year.
there is, um, there was an upset in the end of the qualifiers for North America. So how the qualifiers worked is if it was like a Swiss group between all the teams that qualified for Swiss, and the basically you get such and so many points per win, and then top whatever go into the playoffs, the RLCS finals. So the qualifiers for North America actually finished with a tie for the last playoff space, the last RLCS space, which was between Complexity and Space Station. And
Really?
Space Station are a very popular RLCS team. They're
Yeah.
proper contenders. They've got Arsenal, Rattles, I think is SSG. I think.
Oh, I can't remember.
Let's, I could be wrong for Rattles, but I know for a fact that Arsenal is in SSG. So the other team that they were tied with was Complexity, and they are a relatively new Rocket League team to the esports scene. And they went to a tiebreaker. Complexity went up 2-0, and then SSG brought it back to 3-2. It's best of 7, and then they threw, and Complexity won 4-3. So Complexity are in RLCS pretty sure for the first time, and SSG got knocked out because that's kind of a bit of an upset. But you've got your usuals like Energy are in BDS, who are the new European team that are pretty much dominating the European qualifiers and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of other teams that are in Complexity. BDS.
I heard there were a couple of cool Brazilian teams who were coming in.
I haven't been watching the South American qualifiers. It's mainly North American I've been watching. Dignitas, I've been doing very well because they have apparently Jack, who, if you don't know, is one of the best Rocket League players at the minute. Dignitas would probably be like if you're going by location, it would be like our local team because they're an English team.
England.
You've
been outnumbered tonight, Bono.
How am I outnumbered?
Because I'm English and Peter sounds English to me.
You could tell I'm half English, so it's
I've been wanting to ask
one and a half to 1.5.
Whereabouts? You must have lived in England though, surely.
Never. I've lived here my whole life. Yeah.
You sound just like one of my mates in Cambridge.
My mum's really English.
It's mad. She must be really you must be son of the Queen.
No, but I do say how now brown cow rather than hi now brown cow. So that's the main thing.
I say neither. Funnily enough, how now brown cow doesn't come up in my vocab very much.
It doesn't. If you're saying how are you doing, how do you say that?
How are you doing?
So that's still English.
Hi now brown cow.
Hi. Yes. Well, obviously, but like.
Hi now brown cow.
Yeah, that's how Big Bainer says it. Yeah.
But yeah, RLCS coming up Wednesday.
Tune in.
Tune in on the stream on like Rocket League's Twitch channel. I don't know.
But surely, if it's coming out Wednesday, by the time this episode airs, it will have been and gone.
True.
Right. Yes.
So let's.
Congratulations to the Brazilian team.
Congratulations to the winners and.
Well, it's over the course of a good few days. So from Wednesday, watch.
Yeah, it might still be going. Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No spoilers, because we're in the past.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. We're recording this on the 4th, which is Saturday. So Huh?
Now we can't pretend we recorded this like in the future.
We recorded this on the 4th of December, 2022.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sunday.
uh,
Then I didn't do days.
Peter, do you want to give a prediction for who do you think will win RLCS?
oh.
No.
No. But
He can't predict.
Not even NRG?
because they've already won.
I would like to say NRG because that's who were good the last time I watched Rocket League Esports. I stopped caring whenever Kronovi left.
Yeah, so NRG is Justin, Squishy, and I'm blanking. Justin, Squishy, and
Fireburner.
it's not Fireburner.
Garg.
Gargi, it is Gargi.
Yeah.
So they have a pretty stacked side. I am gonna go for Dignitas.
Well, we'll see who wins. Boehner.
Yeah.
I think Energy are gonna win.
Yeah, my man.
So last question, Peter. Do you think toxicity is a problem in Rocket League?
Absolutely
Well,
not.
when every
Absolutely
game is-
not. It's not an issue. If you can't deal with a couple of water saves, first of all, you shouldn't be playing. But also, there is a really cool thing where you can turn off the chat. It's very easy to do. I think it's great. I think it's so good to be able to just have a couple of digs at the opponent if they've been annoying you.
Yeah.
And like demos are a perfect example of in-game toxicity, which is just great because it's a combination of like it makes it closer to like street basketball, where you can foul and get away with it. And I think it's great. I don't think they should change toxicity.
Yeah. So
Change toxicity.
I don't think they should try and moderate it
Yeah.
any more than they do because they already give bans for stuff.
So speaking of demos, so demos is a pretty fun topic to just briefly talk about before we finish here. Demos are an intended game mechanic, but if you get demoed or you demo someone else, then you know for a fact chat is probably going to be lit up, especially if you demo the same person more than once.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you're gonna see some water saves incoming, no matter who scores.
yeah, the best example of this is a YouTuber called Woody.
Why you're not gonna bring up Rocket Sledge? Boo.
Woody is way better.
No, boo. Anyway.
Woody can get about like 30-40 demos per match. Like, it's crazy. And the way he can get it is he can demo someone and then predict like the exact time and side that they're gonna spawn in, and he will chain about like 5 demos and just spawn kill them.
I can get by that.
Yeah, so he posts compilations on YouTube of basically just people being toxic to him, like when he's sitting there demoing like 10 times in a row.
I think he deserves it.
And he's not even that good of a player, but because he takes out the entire other team pretty much for the most of the match, he's
Can't lose if there's no one to lose.
It really doesn't matter who you're up against if you're the only one on the pitch.
So I would say he's like a champ player normally, but he's actually grand champ in ranked, and he got carried to like an SSL tournament win once as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So demos are a big part, but you will be flamed for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Right then, should we call it here, boys?
I think that about wraps it up. Yeah.
I think
Lovely
that's
stuff.
everything we had to talk about. It was fun.
Thank you for coming on and being our esteemed guest this week.
Thank you for inviting me here. It was a blast.
No worries, mate. Bainer, thank you for covering my lack of Rocket League knowledge.
Not a problem.
Alright, dead on. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you around.
Cheers for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.